In today's episode, I'm going to try out the Prusa Core 1 and print some PETG and make a cup holder and phone holder for my wife's zero gravity chair. And I'll show you a little trick how you just print a small piece of it. That way you make sure it works before you waste a lot of plastic. And I designed this in Tinkercad, of course, and I'll explain it all on today's Filament Friday.
This video is sponsored by PCBWay.
Now, if you're not familiar with a zero gravity chair, it's a foldable chair. You unfold it and you can lay on it and it supports your whole body, and you can make different adjustments and then tighten the handles to exactly where you want. So it's like the perfect recliner for outside. There are zero gravity cup holders available, and what they do is they hook on the side. There's a triangle that forms from the frame of the zero gravity chair, and it hooks onto the side. But that's not what she wanted. She wanted something that clipped onto the arm, and I think these arms are the same on most of these zero gravity chairs. So it could slide back and forth. She could put it in exactly the position she wanted, and because this thing is curved, she could set it to what angle she is depending on how she's laying in it. I love the idea, so the first thing I had to do was figure out the dimensions of this arm that it needs to slide over. So with a cheap set of calipers, I measured the width of the arm itself, all the way out to the little lip that goes around the edge of it. And from there, I measured the top to bottom, what it's got to slide over, and from what it's got to hook around, basically, to grab onto this arm. And then I needed to measure the width that it needed to avoid underneath, which is where the arm is actually mounted to the frame. So once I had those three dimensions, I came up with this incredibly detailed drawing, as you can see here, with my dimensions, so I could go to Tinkercad and make something that doesn't look anything like it. In Tinkercad, I typically make the item that I want to build around or wrap around. So I made the arm represented by this oval, so it represents the height and the width. And then the block represents the cutout area, the frame that I have to avoid. And so this became the arm that I'm going to build around. And then I put a rounded block around it, but I didn't make it very deep because I want to test this first. So I want to see if I'm getting the dimensions right, if this is actually going to fit around the arm. So I grouped this together, and then I had my little test piece, which then I exported the STL, sliced it really quickly, and printed it on my Prusa Core 1. As you can see, I cut this off early because you can see the infill. This was the third try. I didn't need the whole print. And I had to adjust that oval 3 times in order to get it the perfect fit, but I did. This thing wraps around the arm exactly how I want it, holds tight. So now I can go make the full cup holder. So this is a really simple design. So I've got the arm represented by the oval and block as one whole unit. And then I've got the arm that's actually going to go over the arm of the chair as a rounded block. So I grouped those together, and now I've got my mount. And then I connected that mount to a cylinder, which represents the cup holder. I got my dimensions for that to fit a bottle or a can. And then inside, let me show you the inside. I actually took a smaller cylinder to take away space, but I put a ball at the bottom of it because I want to print this upside down and not have to worry about using supports. And the ball at the bottom actually goes through the cup, the solid portion. So I'll make that solid so you can see. So the cylinder goes through the top, but the bottom is the ball, which pokes through the bottom of the cup, which makes a nice drain hole. So not only does it not need supports, but it's got a drain hole built in. So if I group that together, plus I put a flat block across the top to give me a nice lip. So it's got a lip to print. So when it's flipped upside down, it's got a lip that's going to stick to the bed and not lift. So the basic cup holder is now designed. Now, as far as the phone holder, I already made one. I made it in a previous video when I made a phone holder for my electric scooter. So that's already in Tinkercad, so I'm just going to copy and paste that right into this design, and then I can work on bringing the two together. And here's the phone holder brought into the design and connected to the cup holder. And all it is really just a block element that I thinned and lengthened and then rounded the edges with the properties. And then I cut the top of it off with a hollow block. So I just grouped those two together and made it the same height as the cup holder. So this, again, could print upside down. And then I just did a simple square cutout. Now this, I probably should have rounded the bottom of it. We'll see how that turns out in the print. But there it is all grouped together. I've got my cup holder, my phone holder, and the arm that should slide right over the arm of the zero gravity chair. And I know it's going to fit because I did that little test piece. Here's the Prusa Core 1 on my workbench, ready to go to work. Now I loaded in some Prusa PETG Jet Black. That's the color she wanted, was the black. And I'm going to print this upside down. This is in Prusa Slicer. So I shouldn't need any supports. That phone holder may need it, but it printed fine in the other video. I'm just going to use a 0.2 layer height, 15% infill, pretty basic settings, and sliced it. And this says it will take a little over 6 hours. Let's look at it overall. You can see the first layer. Because of that lip I created, I've got a nice grip on the bed. And then as I go up, this thing looks pretty good. And if I look at the results, 6 hours and 39 minutes exactly to print this. So now let's send it to the printer and see how it turns out. And the results are pretty good. I got a little bit of stringing and a little bit of lifting off the bed in the corners of the phone holder. Inside, the phone holder actually bridged pretty well. The bottom of the cup holder is exactly how I wanted it. So I'm happy with those results. And here's proof. It slides right onto the chair and accepts a drink. And that rounded bottom works fine. I don't notice any problem with the drink. The phone holder, I knew this would fit because I did it on my scooter. And that's a Max phone. That's an iPhone Max. So it fits in there just fine. And then when it's folded up, I don't have to take anything off. I like that better than the one on Amazon where you have to lift it off in order to fold up the chair. This can stay on the chair if you just want to move it. Or if I do fold it up, yeah, it's fragile. You may want to still take it off so it doesn't break. But you have that option. With the Amazon one, you don't. So the real test was to take it home and let her try it on the chair, and it slid over the arm perfectly. She liked that. It held in place. So she tried a drink in one position and then tried in a different position, and she loved that it was keeping the drink in place and level. So that was good. So then she tried to put it in a reclining position and also in a sitting up position. So here's the full reclining position and then the sitting up position, and it stayed about the same place. So of course, next was the phone, but she had to find that. Hers is a little smaller than mine, but still fit into the slot. So overall, I would say this is a complete success. She's happy. I'm happy. Another successful, practical 3D print. The real test now will be to see how well it holds up over the summer. Now, based on the success, the fact that she loved it, she suggested maybe I should try to sell it. And I don't have a print farm anymore. Well, not a big one. It's got a small one. And something like this that takes 6 hours, I'm not going to print enough of them. I'm going to need too many printers, and I probably won't keep up with sales if it is a hit. But I wondered, if you don't have a 3D printer, what would it cost to print it if I went to PCBWay? Now, I use PCBWay.com for all my circuit boards, and it's really cheap. But they also offer a 3D printing service, and it's real easy to use. Just go to the 3D printing page, and then just upload your .stl file. So I uploaded the cup holder, and it actually gives me a 3D view of it. So I can click on it here, and I can check and make sure that it got the full file, that there's nothing wrong. This one looks really good. And then you can get a quote based on whatever material you want to use. Now, it's saying right now, resin. So with a quantity of 1, it's going to cost you $38.40. But let's see what it would cost to do it in PETG like I did. And you can do different colors. I can do the black, 20% infill. It's fine. I did 15%. And there's a few other settings. You can add a silk screen if you want. But let's see what this one would cost if I want to do a couple of these in PETG. Now, if I did want to print in volume, I guess I could check what their pricing would be. So if I wanted to print 50 of them, it looks like it would cost me a little over, just under $32 each. So that's a little bit pricey. But if I just want to do 2 for myself because I don't have a 3D printer, I like this video, but I want to print my own, 2 of them would cost me $73.56, although that's an initial quote. You have to submit a request to get the actual value. It may come down in price. But $73, that's cheaper than buying a 3D printer. So if you just want to print something and don't have a 3D printer, check out PCBWay.com. This is what I love most about 3D printing. If you have an idea, you can create it in a simple CAD program like Tinkercad, or if you're good with Fusion 360, go for it. But you can create the design, slice it up, 3D print it, and you have it in your hand to test. Maybe you have to make a few modifications, but eventually you get exactly what you want. It's a functional print that you can use every day. That's what I love about 3D printing. What makes you happiest about your 3D printer? Let me know in the comments below.
And I'm very thankful for all my Patreon supporters. Your generosity is what makes this channel possible. Thank you. If you like what I'm doing here, maybe check out some of the videos popping up. If you want to help support the channel, Patreon is one way, or a membership at thangs.com. And if nothing else, click on the logo and subscribe. I'll see you next time right here at Chuck Hellebuck's Electronic Products and Filament Friday.